All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Michael Walters. This is Mike Talks Sports, Season 2, Episode 2. And today I am going to be talking about the Knicks, the Giants win last night, and of course, the Yankees being eliminated. So, first, I'm going to be talking about the Giants win. All right, so last night I was watching the Giants versus the Eagles. Last night, I thought the Eagles are going to beat the Giants, but for some crazy reason, the Giants were actually starting the game off very well. They started off with a touchdown. Jason Dart, the rookie quarterback, he scored a touchdown when he managed to rush past all of the Eagles defense, and for some reason the Eagles defense just collapsed. And I've noticed that it looked like the Giants did their work on the Eagles last night, because even on defense, the Giants defense, they knew who to attack. They attacked Saquon Barkley, and I feel like that's where the Eagles messed up. They kept on using Saquon Barkley to try to get first downs instead of AJ Brown, and for some reason the Giants knew that, and that's how they managed. That was part of the reason why they ended up winning. And also another reason why the Giants ended up winning is because the rookie running back, I think his name is, I think it's Stakibo, or I don't know. I think I'm butchering his name. You know who he is, the rookie running back. He is very promising. I noticed he kind of does. He's very strong for a small rookie. Like, I've noticed the way how he just pushes his way into the defense so he could go get the first down and the touchdowns. I'm not gonna lie, him and Jason Dart, they're both a good duo, good rookie duo. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of underestimated them because I thought they weren't really going to produce that well, but they're here making a lot of noise. But one part that I kind of didn't like about that game was when Jason Dart got hit and then they had to sub in Russell Wilson. When Russell Wilson came into the game, he did throw a terrible pass, and then it's like after that, the Giants fans started booing at him. I'm not gonna lie, Giants fans, do not disrespect the work that Russell Wilson has done. Yes, he's an old timer in the NFL. Yes, he is kind of old, but come on, show some respect. He's been to multiple Super Bowls. Yes, he hasn't really won any. Maybe he did years ago, but that was years ago. But he he's supposedly well respected. Don't disrespect him. Like, imagine if, for example, if he was Aaron Rodgers, would you boo him? Well, I don't know. It's a question for everyone. But overall, the Giants didn't do too bad. And, well, overall, my prediction for the season, they're still not making the playoffs, but I do expect them to have a better season than what they did last year. So, as long as Jason Dart still continues to impress and the defense does not collapse, maybe we could see something miraculous happen during the season. Well, that's all I have for the Giants so far. All right, right now I'm going to talk about the Knicks right after this quick message.
This is WIUR Radio.
All right. Well, now I am going to be talking about the the Knicks. All right. So I know it's still preseason, and I've noticed the Knicks, they are looking a lot better. Yes, under new coach Mike Brown, their offense is a little bit is more faster, and also it looks better, like the ball movement. Because before it was all ISO with Brunson, but now Brunson, he's doing the ISOing, and and then he's also including his teammates, like he's passing it to the wide open people, wide open players in the corner. Like he'd be passing it to Ananobi, he'd be passing it to Bridges, he'd be passing it to Towns. Like I noticed that the offense is looking a lot more fluid than how it was last year, and that's very promising. You take a lot of weight out of Brunson's shoulders because in the previous seasons under Tom Thibodeau, Brunson, he was really doing ISO ball about 85% of the time. And yes, he was hitting his shots, but it did take a major toll on him because we clearly saw that in the playoffs. He was out of gas. So I feel like this new offense is going to thrive. Like the Knicks are going to thrive under this new offense. And I don't know, we may see some very crazy things. Also, last night's game, they played against the Timberwolves, Carl Anthony Towns' old team. I'm not going to lie, that game was not bad. The Knicks didn't do too bad in that game. What I did not like about that game, though, is they were chugging too much threes. I'm going to be honest. Yes, it's still preseason, but damn, 25% from the threes, from the 3 point line, that is actually atrocious. Like, I think the person on the team who missed the most threes was Jordan Clarkson. He went 0 for 6. And the bulk of the threes he missed was during the first half. I was watching it. He just when he first came into the game, his first shot was a pull-up three from deep. Yes, he missed it badly, but I'm like, damn, I don't understand. Come on, man. Like you've been in the league for how long? You're 33 years old. I think this is like your 12th season. No, it's actually, yeah, nah. No, it's like his 11th season. It's like his 12th or 11th season in the league. And you're telling me you're just gonna pull up shots like these crazy atrocious shots. But one thing I could say is that he is the only person off the bench that can create his own shot. That is very promising because the Knicks have been missing a person like that since Emmanuel Quickly. So I do see the potential. He just needs to get a little bit better with his shot selection. His shot selection is a little off, but it could get better over time. Also, we did get a good look at Towns' new defense. I'm gonna be honest. Cat looked like he did improve on his defense over the offseason because I saw him getting a lot of blocks, getting a lot of stops in the paint. I'm like, okay, I see the growth because last season people were making fun of him saying he couldn't score, he couldn't guard the paint very well, like he was very weak down there. But overall, he's actually not doing too bad, and they have him playing as power forward, and I feel like he's much more happy playing power forward because he spent most of his career at power forward. So that's how I know he's going to have a good season this year. And also, I like to have a little shout out to the bench. I'm not going to lie, some of the bench pieces that the Knicks have, they are actually not bad. Like Yabusele, Malcolm Brogdon, Landry Shamet, Garrison Matthews. Like there's a whole list of them. Like a lot of them did not play too bad last night, but what I could say is that a lot of them are fighting for their roster spot because the Knicks cannot afford all of them. There's a rumor going around saying that Garrison Matthews, another sharpshooter on the team, is potentially going to be a roster spot candidate over either Shamit or Brogdon. I don't know. Shamit has been playing good defense and his shot is still somewhat all right, but I don't know. It's going to be a battle. We'll see who gets that last roster spot because the Knicks can't keep everyone. And also, they say the only way the Knicks can keep two veterans is if they trade their young players, either Pacome Dadier, McBride, or Tyler Kolek. Me personally, I want Tyler Kolek to be traded, but the Knicks can't trade him because obviously for salary reasons, they say the one who makes the most money is Pacome Dadier. They could trade McBride, but the Knicks have no interest in trading McBride because McBride is one of your best players on a cheap contract. So what I do see the Knicks doing is they're going to trade Dadier and they're going to probably sign Shamit and Brogdon. And for my prediction for the beginning of the season, the Knicks may surprise the NBA and maybe potentially win their first 10 games. Who knows? We'll see. Oh, okay, so now I am going to. Oh, well, sorry, I'm actually suffering from pollen allergies, so my fault. Um, so now I'm going to be starting with. Now I'm going to be talking about the New York Yankees. Okay, one thing I can say about the Yankees is I don't know. We thought once again they would go at least have a chance to go back to the World Series, but the team is I don't know, they're dealing with a lot. Like they lose 4-1. I think it's to the Toronto Blue Jays. Damn, like all I can say is the Yankees they tried, but I feel like they lost because they lost Soto during the offseason. It kind of may have made their team a little worse because they did lose their best, one of the best batters or best hitters. But all I can say is at least the Yankees, I'll just give them, an A for effort. They tried. They tried to do well this season. Yes, they did make the playoffs. Yes, they win the wild card, but obviously the playoffs proved once again that sometimes in the big moments, some players just don't play good. Like for example, Aaron Judge, and I think also Stanton. They both played bad in the final game. So I don't know. Right now, the Giants, they have a lot of questions going into the offseason. Should they move on from certain players? Should they move on from Judge? Should they get new pitchers? Like what? Like they have a lot of questions going into the offseason. Like if the Yankees want to make it back into the World Series, they're going to have to make some tough decisions during the offseason. But all I can say for now is I don't know. I just hope the front office realize that maybe Aaron Judge is not the answer and go find another player to lead this team. Because if you, I don't know. All I can see is if Judge remains on the team, you're probably going to get the same result every single season until he retires. So, not to discredit what he has done. Yes, Aaron Judge is a good baseball player, but he needs more help. The Yankees need better players. If they get the players they need to succeed, they will win. Because look at the other teams. The other teams, they're getting much better every single season, but the Yankees are keeping the same players every season. You need to make a change. That's the only way you're going to win. So I just hope they make the right decision for their organization. All right, so now I have reached the conclusion of episode 2. Yes, it was a little short, but it was still entertaining. Well, maybe next week you will see a guest appear on this show. I'm trying to get someone to talk with me about the Knicks and some other stuff. So, well, it has been a fun ride. This is Michael Walters. This is Mike Talks NY Sports. Have a good day, everyone. Peace.